Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm so glad you could jump up on my wood. It's going to be one of those shows where it's stiff, it's hard, and it's got a lot of impact. Is that enough dick jokes, Red?
There's never enough
Yes.
jokes.
Okay, there's never enough dick jokes. Okay. Anyways, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Um, as always, I'll start off with a few little announcements. Tomorrow on the show, we've got the beautiful and lovely ladies of Soda and Captain Kirsch, Red Eye's favorites. And I'm not joking, that's Red Eye's favorites.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, and the 23rd, which is Thursday, we got bow bow bow. We got a porn star coming on the show. I'm so excited. She did porn. The happiness. I'm just so happy about this, Landon. I have a porn star coming on the show. Anyways, Landon's like, shut the fuck up. Also, I got to get in with Magog. He may also be on the show. And then Friday, boom, we do the Friday show. But now all through this week, it is Patreon Appreciation Week. And my boy Wakeupdead's supposed to be here. I don't know where he's at. But we do have my highest Patreon, my man that gives the most money on my Patreon right here, Mr. Landon. No, I want to give you a big thank you.
You are welcome, and hello from your friendly secular astronomer, and hello there, great Pimpmunk.
Yeah, man, without patrons, I wouldn't be able to make it, and we really appreciate it. I know Red appreciates it because, Red puts in a lot of work from, to help me out and stuff. So, to see patrons is kind of like a deal for him too. So, and he don't get paid. He refused money. I did offer to pay Red, but he refused to take money. I want to make that clear. Red was offered to be paid, but he refused to make it.
It's
anyways,
the complication of conversion into dollar dues or whatever currency is down there.
He just likes being a bitch.
Yeah. I'm a subservient type of person. I just, I just like to please people and watch other people earn money because that makes me feel good.
Well, before we get started, let's give as I'm going to do all week, I'm going to give a couple of random Patreon shout outs. Anders Treeman, thank you so much for your support, brother. We appreciate that. Andrew Long, thank you so much. Andrew's one of the top contributors. He's a $50 above, so thank you very much. Sonata, that chick's badass. I may give you a couple shout outs. I gave her one yesterday too. Who is this guy? Syra. I don't know how to say his name. Syra Hose. Thank you so much. Dylan, Mayon, thank you. Edge King, thank you. And Electrified Owl, thank you so much. Really, guys, it is awesome what you guys do and for me, and I appreciate it. I'm glad you support the shit. Also, as you've noticed, I'm still on this channel because YouTube still hasn't given me back my channel. They were supposed to give it back yesterday. Didn't happen. YouTube.
It's at this point I'd like to just jump in and go, if anybody knows anybody that's got contacts in YouTube, we'd like to reach out to YouTube and ask them what is going on and why they think it's okay to keep this strike on the channel way longer than their arbitrary time that they've decided. This is beyond ridiculous and it's fucking unfair.
Yeah, it's really unfair.
We'd like to hear from YouTube to see why it's fucking happening. So if anyone has got a contact or knows Trusted Flag or anybody like that, we'd really like to find out, because if we ask YouTube, we get a wall of fucking silence.
Yeah, we get nothing. We get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and we're not trying to start shit. Yeah, I'm not trying to start shit here. I'm genuinely curious to know why they think it's okay to keep the thing fucking sunk longer than what they said it was good. Like, a penalty's a penalty. If you get sent to jail for 10 years, you don't spend 11 years in jail. It's fucked up. Anyway, I'll shut up. There's my whinge. My apologies.
No, you don't have no reason to apologize. You're right. You're absolutely fucking right. It is not right how I've been done. First off, I should have never been suspended. And then, I was supposed to got the channel back a couple weeks ago. Then they said, oh, it's August 20th. And now it's August 21st, and I still have no channel. So fuck it. You don't have no reason to apologize for bitching about it, because we should bitch about it, because this is wrong.
I mean, one of the theories was that when you appeal, that resets the timeout clock.
But it's not supposed to, though.
It's not supposed to, and we've passed that date as well.
Yeah.
Maybe they're too busy flagging other people.
Yeah, they said they had this little message thing on YouTube. It says August 20th. So I was like, okay, they finally said something. And no, I don't know. Maybe they're just taking their sweet time.
And it's August 20th at the international dateline, so they've lost that time zone excuse.
Yeah, and they usually go by the Central, Pacific time. So I waited up until 2 a.m. last night just to see if it flipped over again. But no, they didn't. So fucking pieces of maggot crap. Anyways, also we have that T-shirt thing still going on. It's $1 an entry. It's a personalized T-shirt. It can say Pimpmunk loves whatever your name is, or it can say Pimpmunk gave herpes to Betty White. It can say whatever you want it to say, and it's $1 entry, as many entries as you want. Right now, I think the most entries in there is 100. Somebody gave 100. But you can have many entries you want, and also I can have it mailed to me. I can autograph it and send it to you, or just send it straight to you from the shirt thing. It's your choice. But make sure when you send the money on PayPal, make sure you say it's for the T-shirt, and also give me your screen name. And then we can put your name in a drawing. And then on the first, Luna's going to do a little drawing. She's going to do her whole Vanna White impersonation thing. And, or in her case, Vanna Black. Yeah. But yeah. So, and also, as always, at the end of the show, Q&A. If we want to answer your questions, we will, and you ask good questions, and we'll answer them. And tips and Patreon. You can tip off to the show, and I'll read your messages at the end of the show. Thank you. So we were supposed to be joined by Wakeupdead as well. I don't know where he's at. He's got the link. Maybe he'll show up late. But today we're joined by, I already said it once, but I'll say it again, Mr. Landon. No, what's up?
Hello there, great Pimpmunk. And hi there to the folks in the chat. Such as Alexis, I see Oculus, and of course we have the double 06 space.
Yeah, fuck them.
Not just a single 06, but double 06 space.
Yeah, fuck all them people.
And there's Mute as well. Hey.
We're also, as always, every day, joined by the Australian AIDS giver, Red Eye.
You keep leaving the door unlocked, and I sneak in while no one's looking.
Yeah. He's like a pesky little raccoon that keeps jumping into my garbage can.
Yeah. You should lock the fucking thing, shouldn't you? But no, you don't. You always just...
I got a question. All the creatures you guys have over in Australia, do you have raccoons?
No, we have possums.
Well, we have possums too. And possums are mean little fuckers.
Yeah, our possums don't look like they've got rabies, though.
How do they know? Yeah, we got
you look more civilized, which is odd.
Your possums look like what our possums would look like if they were homeless meth addicts, basically. They're fucking cranky looking little fuckers with, I don't know, but yeah.
You know, I have the sweetest mother in the world, and she's walked up to me and said, I got you something.
Oh.
And yeah, it's so sweet. I still have this little piece of paper. Well, I think I still have it. I couldn't find it the other day. I hope I do, but I've kept it in my wallet for probably 15 years, where she wrote on a piece of paper and tore it off and gave it to me one day. And all it says, "You are a good man. I love you."
Oh, that's nice.
And I've kept it in my wallet.
Moms are cool.
Yeah, moms are cool. And you know who's not cool? Red Eye.
That's right.
Red Eye's got AIDS.
It's because he's upside down. That's the opposite down there.
He lives in the upside down.
Yeah,
upside down.
I live on a film set at Universal Studios because it's called Australia, the musical.
So, by the way, this is a day that we can celebrate Landon, by the way, because it is Senior Citizens Day.
Oh. Now, actually, technically, senior citizens are, I think, above 60. I'm not quite there yet. Although I am a member of AARP. I did join that a few years back. So
Landon farts old.
Yeah, and this gray here that came from my mom. My mom grayed early, and so did I. So thanks, Mom.
Yeah. So I just heard back from that one person. That's good. But
She
yeah,
take acid with Landon, said Edge King. Is that like citric acid or?
I think he's talking about the stuff that the CIA developed.
But anyways,
ribonucleic acid.
So, but I will say this. I want to say this, since it is Senior Citizen Day, and I've talked about this before. Y'all motherfuckers need to be more respectful to old people. These young generation are not respecting the elderly more. Now, I'm not saying kiss the ass, because there may be some dickheads out there that's old, but just show common respect, because a lot of elderly people can't get around good. And I hate to see like we're in a grocery store or something, and some young dude's got a basket full of shit, and the old person's got like one or two things, and they won't let the old person in front of them. What the hell? Seriously.
Yeah.
What's it going to bother you to let that old person?
I thought you had like, the Southern courtesy. That's one of the things that
Yeah.
I see more often in your neck of the woods than.
Well, we do, but the younger generation was raised by the internet. And I think that's the problem. But what do you think, Red Eye? You think that's the problem?
Yeah, kind of. Different world. When our grandparents grew up, no internet, the world was a very, very big place. Much, much bigger than it is now. That's just my opinion, though. And I think, like my nan had pen friends, so they'd actually write actual letters and send photos and swap stamps and have all different fucking hobbies, and that's how they got to know people overseas. But we just click on the fucking internet and watch porn from every country on the planet, and we know everything there.
But Red Eye, you make a good point. One things that my interns, one of their 7 major things that they're doing this year is developing their career. And part of their career development for me is that I introduce them, they get to meet various people, and Red Eye can tell you the sort of type of people they get to meet. And what I have them do when they meet somebody as a courtesy is they actually get out a pen and paper and write a thank you note and put it in the envelope and write the address on it in pen and send it off. Because people come and say, oh my goodness, I actually got a letter from somebody. They actually wrote a note. That's now so unique.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
But so a hint, that's a thing that you can do to make an impression on somebody. Write a letter with pen and paper or pencil.
Unless it's me. My handwriting looks like a fucking retarded 3-year-old.
Well, the effort it takes to write a letter in today's, I'm talking about how everyone's squeezed for time these days. It's just like life's become a big fucking time squeeze.
Yeah.
And things like sending letters and having pen friends and shit, it's sort of gone the wayside. But
because patience is dead.
Yeah, we do have Google Hangouts and stuff now. So and more of the people are getting connected to the internet. It's getting cheaper and cheaper, and third world countries are getting wired up and hooked up. So every year I'm not sure on the statistics of how many people get connected to the internet each month, but the numbers are quite fucking staggering, especially in third world countries. People get a cheap mobile device, they're online.
And I'm not saying email is bad. I mean, I helped in the development of things like net news and early internet propagation. So I'm actually all for that. I'm just pointing out that if you want to make an added impression these days, the lack of letter writing gives you an opportunity to make an impression with letter.
Yeah.
I also think that Stan mentioned something. He was talking about, he said, that feminism killed chivalry, and people used to open doors and so forth. And there's something to be said for that there are people who are afraid of showing offense.
Yes, exactly. That's right. I mean, I do believe that the politically correct people have killed a lot of chivalry. That is true.
Not where I live. When I'm down at the servo, I always do this at the local shop, the servo. If there is a lady behind me, I'll always step out of the way and say, ladies first, and I'll go, oh, no, and I'll go, ma'am, if I don't, my mum, may she rest in peace, would never forgive me, and she'll haunt me forever. And they laugh and step in front of me every single fucking time.
And then Red grabs their boobies.
No.
Speaking of the internet, did you know that China has more internet users than the entire population of the U.S.?
Probably.
That wouldn't surprise me.
This was on the news here. I was reading the news here. Yeah, this is with about 802 million internet users. China's user base is larger than the combined population for Japan, Russia, Mexico, and the U.S., according to International Monetary Fund data.
They also probably have somewhere around 500 million spam bots too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their version of the internet is let's find a word that's completely and utterly bleached and sanitized, unless they've got an illegal hookup to an outside network.
And there are actually lots of illegal networks in there.
Yes.
It's called connections, right? There's a Chinese word which means connections. And if you have connections, then things happen.
Yeah.
And in fact, some of these, you go on the street and you'll see a dude sitting next to a chair with a network connection and a telephone, right? And he's basically offering internet connections for free. Now, what he actually does is pays a bribe to the local authorities because they want to cut. Yep. I mean, again, I'm not saying that Chinese are dishonest. It's that the government's control over society includes government officials that are on the take.
Yeah. Although the current government is cleaning house with corrupt officials. In the last 18 months, they've fucking got a lot of people and thrown them in the re-education facilities that are provided. It's like,
and it'd be ready to be seen how much of that cleaning is because they're not giving the proper respect to the proper authorities versus they're trying to rid corruption. Now, the current president of China is stating that corruption and fighting corruption is one of his big things. And the bureaucracy of China and the ways of the officials have been well developed for thousands of years in that country. This is not something new, and it's taken them a while to move the society around. I hope that they do make progress in improving the issues of corruption, because it's sometimes when you're doing business over there, it's hard to tell whether or not it's customary and that's the way you do it, or you just have to do it because that's the way business is done sometimes.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, look at what's the, now I'll always mispronounce this, Huawei.
Huawei?
Huawei, that's it.
Huawei.
Now they've been trying to get in on the Australian internet infrastructure business for a couple of years, ever since we announced the NBN, and the Australian government did something that was quite out of the ordinary, and they basically forbid this company from doing any fucking work on our network whatsoever. And this was after what happened in England. And apparently they were installing shit that had fucking massive back doors, so they could, these people, basically the Chinese government could just basically go, click, 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 and they've got access to all of the fucking really sensitive government information. So we kind of told that company to take a long walk off a short pier, and they've been bitching about it now for about 5 years, and they've appointed a bunch of former Australian politicians to the board and trying to get them to sweet talk their way in the door. And yeah, the NBN's having none of it. They've been told to fuck off repeatedly. So
can I take a moment? Can I take a moment just to say, go away? I want to say that, go away.
So if there's Huawei officials listening, I hope I'm going to offend you. Huawei is an intellectual property theft company, right?
Yeah.
And they are a capitalist arm to raise money for certain officials in China. Yeah, I have caught them, pun intended, red-handed, altering products,
that was racist.
Putting in back doors, getting people hired by tech companies to then, as an inside mole, bugger their stuff. Do not trust Huawei. Do not let them in your country. Do not do business with them. They are a thieving, stealing, dishonest bunch. And if you're dumb enough to be the white monkey to work for them, then I don't want you anywhere near my company as well.
What's the name of the company again?
Huawei.
Huawei.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing. About a year and a half ago, I was in the market for a new phone, and I grabbed one of their phones, got it home, plugged it in. The fucking battery wouldn't even cop a charge, thank fuck.
Damn,
sent it straight back. The company went, no, nothing wrong with it.
And by the way, changing your name to Future Way is not going to change your spots, right? You're still a leopard, and I'm going to piss on you.
Yeah,
pissing on. He gonna give you a golden shower.
Yeah. There's not many companies that got told flat out at a national security level, no, you're not allowed to put any of your fucking hardware or work on any of the infrastructure whatsoever. We're blackballing you. And what that means is you don't do shit. If you're at an auction and a blackball's raised against you, that means your bids are not accepted and you're escorted out of the fucking yard.
So basically the final point is Landon hates Chinese people.
No. In fact, my parents lived and taught in China for a number of years. And I've been in lots of parts of China that most Chinese haven't been visiting.
Well, so it's really I love Chinese people.
And if you're talking about fighting corruption, Mr. Chinese government, start with terminating the existence of Huawei.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, end of flame.
Okay,
this is supposed to be a positive show.
Well, sometimes.
We're positive that, you know what, Huawei working on your shit.
Hey, Jesus should work with it. Yahweh works at Huawei.
Oh, Jesus pun. Dun, dun, dun.
The next story is really positive. Colorado murder suspect. Colorado murder suspect claims he went into a rage after wife strangled kids. Now, here's the story. Chris Watts faces 5 counts of murder and the deaths of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters. An unsealed affidavit released on Monday says Watts confessed to murdering his wife after he saw her strangle their 2 children. The bodies of Shannon, Bella, and Celeste Watts were found in an oil tank farm on Thursday. Nah, she didn't murder her kids. He murdered them all.
Wait a second. Also, let's just get this straight. I want to get the series of events straight. According to the gentleman, the wife chokes one child to death. Now, she may have had one in each hand and choked them both out at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, if that happens, but if she's choked out one and he didn't get enraged until the second one was killed and then he's killed her, it's like, you need to go to creative writing school and come up with fucking stories, mate.
And in that last part, listen to that. They found all the bodies in an oil tank. So if he killed her for killing the kids, why did he put all the bodies in an oil tank?
Yeah. I didn't even need to get to that part. It's
it's really, now this dude is a fucking psycho, sorry piece of sack of shit. Killed his family and then trying to make one of his victims leave and look bad. I hate when murderers do that, man. It's like, it's just more poke to the family, right? Who actually lost these people. It's just like, yeah, I murdered her because she did that. She did. You are a sorry sack of maggot shit. Ooh, made me mad. Stuff like that makes me mad. I'm mad.
So, can I offer a different a story to make this liven the mood of the morning?
I want to be mad. Yeah, but go ahead.
How about this thing about alligator kills a South Carolina woman walking her dog?
Well, that's positive too. Yeah, that happened though. Yeah, the alligator killed a woman walking a dog.
I guess it killed the woman trying to protect her dog on there. Now you guys down there in you're in the land that doesn't exist because it's down under and Earth is supposed to be.
Yeah, look. Earlier this year, there's a place up in northern Queensland because crocodiles are only up northern Queensland and the north part of Australia. Thank fuck. And there's this little dog that's been putting on a show for years, and there's this big saltwater croc. It'll come up, and the little dog will run down and it go, and the croc will go, oh, fucking noisy little shit, and back off into the water. Well, one day the crocs come up, and the little dogs run down at the croc and go, but the croc just went, yeah, right, cunt. And the little dog came too close, and the fucking croc just went, bang, in front of a whole pack of tourists filming it because it's the show that's been on for fucking several years, and the little dog just got fucking annihilated in front of all these horrified tourists. And the person that owns the dog's just like, oh, it was bound to happen. You saw the size difference there. One day it was just, he pushed his luck a bit too much. It's just like, you're the worst pet owner on the fucking planet. Fuck you. I should feed you to the crocodile, you piece of shit.
There's a video. I seen it the other day where there's this crocodile. Some food laying on the bank, right? And the crocodile's coming up, and there's this little cat, and the cat's slapping the fuck out the crocodile. And the crocodile just looks like, motherfucker, and it takes another bite, and then the cat slaps that motherfucker again. Are you serious? And then the croc finally just goes back into the water. But you got, the dog and cat, the dog that you mentioned and the cat I mentioned is stupid, but that shit goes to show they're also brave little fuckers, and I give them a little credit for being, David versus Goliath kind of shit, man.
How do you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
Let's see. Their snout mainly. I think a gator's got a wider, their snout's a lot wider and broader, and their muzzles, just a lot broader.
Yeah, alligator's got a U-shaped one versus a V-shaped thing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but crocodiles are more dangerous, but isn't gators a little bit more ornery?
It could be. I mean, quite for example, crocodiles don't hide their teeth.
Yeah, and crocs just don't go looking for people to fuck with, though, right? Gators do.
Behavior, right? In terms of aggression, alligators are tame compared with crocodiles.
Yeah, crocs fucking go, but they hunt. Like they're active hunters. And here's the kicker: when it fucking rains and the river bursts its banks, guess what they find all over their farms after the fucking big floods? Really pissed off saltwater crocs. No, big pissed off saltwater crocs trapped in fucking little tributaries that are drying up. And what happens is when they dry up, they have to go across land. And that's when they're their most pissed off. It's just like, I'm drying out. I've got the shits and I've got to fucking haul over land to get back to my fucking river. I'm going to kill everything I see at this point, and just starts trekking. It's like, no.
Yeah. Certainly another difference is location. I mean, alligators you find in China, by the way. I don't know if you know, that's one of the big places there, and the U.S. You don't find alligators really in other parts of the world.
Crocs you get over in the Nile, and I know you get them in the Nile River, and I know they're in Australia. I'm not sure of anywhere else. I'm not sure of any in South America. I'm not sure if they've got crocs.
Yeah. Now, there's something else I've heard, and I don't know if it's true, but there's crocs in different spots here in America. But I hear that the crocs in Florida are meaner than the ones in like. There's been more like not crocs, alligators. Sorry, gator attacks in Florida than they have been anywhere else. Is that? I wonder if that's true.
I mean, maybe it's because they live in Florida.
Yeah, true. Maybe maybe there was a crocodile that walked into a gay bar and shot up a bunch of people.
Color, by the way, the crocs are generally lighter in color as well.
And they're smaller too, right? Crocs are smaller. I mean, gators are smaller than crocs.
Yeah, crocs are typically, full-grown ones are bigger. But of course, if it's small or young, you don't necessarily know. But
I've just done a quick Google search, and apparently, saltwater crocodiles by mass are the world's largest reptiles.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They are fucking huge, and I'm looking. Yeah, there's definitely a difference to the size of the head. A gator's a lot broader around their eyes, and then it's and their snout's a lot broader as well. Whereas the croc's just a streamlined fucking dart looking head. They're frightening. And we have freshwater crocs over here, but they're fucking tiny in comparison. They will bite you, but not many. I don't think anyone's been killed by a freshwater croc, but saltwater crocs fuck people up. Yeah, it's just like what they do is a death roll. They grab you and they'll just roll, and that's when they just snap you into pieces.
Yeah.
We had an experience where it actually rained. It was actually been a drought for several years in this place in Australia, and it rained, and you had people, they were in the river, and they came out on the land, and of course everything was all muddy and so forth. You couldn't really move. But the other thing was you had ornery crocodiles hanging around, and it was not fun. But we just stayed up on dry land
But now,
okay.
Here's another animal story. Goats continue world domination by taking over New York City subway tracks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Goats in New York City attempted to interfere with the subway system on Monday morning when two goats somehow stumbled onto some above ground train tracks in Brooklyn. The pair were spotted on the new inline track, just chilling out and being goats. It's a good picture of there's just two goats sitting there on the track, just chilling.
And by the way, there's also news, speaking of goats, that John Stewart has actually been involved in rescuing goats.
Yeah, I seen that just a minute ago. He rescued some goats. Goats are cool, but they can be mean little fuckers too. We had goats when I was a kid, like a little kid, before we moved into the apartment complex. Mom had two goats. She had a Billy goat and Nanny goat, and we named them, of course, Billy and Nanny because we're fucking stupid. But Billy was mean. He tried to have sex with my mom all the time. He would jump on her and hump her and stuff. And what it was, my mean ass, sorry piece of shit stepfather then, not now. My stepfather now is awesome. But he had some insulation, he was a construction worker at the time. And it's some insulation, and the goats got out because they will eat anything. They will absolutely eat anything. Well, they ate the installation and they died.
And speaking of goats, I see here that Malcolm Turnbull survived a leadership challenge.
Oh,
I mean, you were talking about ornery crocs and dumb goats. I mean,
yeah. I just wanted to mention this really quickly. Saltwater crocs, they're Indo-Pacific crocodiles found in the Philippines, Australia, regularly exceed 5.2 meters. That is 17 fucking feet in length. So yeah, that's big. So yes, Malcolm, he was challenged by Peter Dutton, who's we'll use some local lingo. He's a fucking wanker, and he obviously didn't check his numbers, or this was staged to shut the press up, which is I'm actually going with part two, that this was staged because the press had been talking about it for 3 days, and I think the quickest way to shut him up was to have a fucking mock leadership spill. So that's what happened, and it's all done.
Now, I will be very clear to say, as an American, I shouldn't be talking about having leaders that are maybe not all there.
Well, we have an awesome leader, Mr. Trump. My lovely little Cheeto man.
Isn't there a song about that?
Yeah. Desperate Cheeto.
Yeah.
There's also a song, Desperate Cheeto, about him. My Trump is an awesome Trump.
Well, this may be a serious leadership challenge because apparently he was 7 votes short of becoming the prime minister, which is it's not that close, but it does show that the party room split. But what's happened now is that there's a second article. Dutton fails to rule out second challenge as spill exposes size of liver. Him and 5 other front benchers offered their fucking resignations from their portfolios, which means that they are. Well, here's the deal in Australia. If you've got a front bench portfolio, your pay rise, your payday jumps from the minimum pay of 100 and something thousand a year to a hell of a lot fucking more. Way more money if you're in charge of a minister. If you're a minister in the government, so.
And not that you can actually have 2 families and be banging one of your office workers. I mean, you have enough money for that.
Only if you're the deputy prime minister. That's when that's a possibility. Yeah. So this is crazy shit.
Go ahead.
Crazy shit. I was just this is crazy shit for the leadership. We'll see what happens, but I don't think Mr. Dutton would be a good leader because he's the guy that the white nationalists identify with a hell of a lot more than Malcolm Turnbull. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Here's a heartwarming story, by the way. There's a little black girl. She's going around all 50 states to hug police officers.
Oh,
that is her mission, to hug. She wants to hug cops in every state. And I know there's a lot of bullshit around police officers and stuff, but we got to face it. We can't say that all cops are bad because there's some bad apples, right? Because there are some bad apples in the police force, but there's bad apples in the plumbing industry. You know, I'm just saying. Yeah. But this right here is this little girl. When people do stuff like this, I think she's got a mission to bring people together, and I think that's very kind and sweet.
Well, there's a guy on YouTube. He's a former cop, and his channel's named Donut Operator, and it's a great channel. And he talks through police videos and like shooting videos, and he'll show bystander videos, and he'll wait for the body cam stuff. He does all that stuff, but he's also recently started doing where he went out and his viewers donated a couple of $100, and he went down and bought some stuff that officers use on the street every day, like hand wipes, pens, notepads, little torches, just little things that they have to buy themselves. And he rung the local police department before he did it and asked for permission, because some departments don't accept gifts. And he made sure that he approached the officers in well-lit places, and he eventually just went down the police station, gave them in. But the next episode he did was he organised a barbecue event at the town where his dad was a cop, his sister's a cop, and his other friend that he went to school with manages a barbecue joint. So he's invited the local sheriff's department and police department down there to sort of say thanks for your service. So, like you said, not all cops are shit.
And I want to respond to a comment in the chat. Aaron said all cops are bad because the ones that are good still protect and lie for the bad ones. That's not necessarily true either. There has been police officers that stand up against their fellow officers. Now, has it happened? Of course it's happened. Of course it's happened, because you got to understand, and I know, and it's not right. I'm not defending this point, but we're all tribal, right? Yeah. We're all tribal, and police officers have a bond with each other, just like military guys, and they tend to stick up for each other. Is it right? No. But we can't blame all cops and say all cops do this. We can't do it, because, listen, you don't know of all the stories where police officers have went up against the police department. Why? Because the news are not going to report on that, because the news does have a target to make cops look bad, look racist. They're not going to talk about the good ones because, well, it's against their agenda. They're not going to talk about the stories where the police officer, went up against all of his other fellow police officers because he's a good guy. They're not going to talk about that. You're not hearing about those stories because the news aren't reporting on those stories.
Well, I'll just say this, and this is just my personal experience, and like, because I'm turning 46 soon. I grew up in a time where shit was very different to what it is now. Racism was pretty social, you know, it was just an accepted part of fucking our culture. And I won't say it was homophobia because people weren't scared of gay people. It was just fucking, it was just illegal. It was fucking, they made it illegal to be gay in the state that I lived in. Yeah, they just didn't tolerate fucking anything that was different. But now we've just legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. There's people that are Aboriginal and of all different creeds and colours that are in very high places. Now, shit's not perfect. Now, let's get to the police. Police used to be the most corrupt. I'm talking about my state of Queensland going back 30 years. The police were actually used by a corrupt fucking Premier, Sir Joh Bjelke-Petersen, to actively go out and stop people challenging this man at elections. They would go out and fabricate fucking dirt and fucking set people up and frame them to get them busted for a crime so they couldn't fucking run for government. It was so fucking bad. Now, let's fast forward to today. Body cams are becoming the fucking norm. Everybody's got a little phone with a fucking pretty damn good camera in it that's higher def than most news fucking cameras from 20 years ago. Yeah. Police are a hell of a lot more accountable than what they were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and 50 years ago. Is it perfect? Fuck no. But all I ask is each case needs to be taken on an individual basis. Judge every case on its merits. Now, if there's a case where there's a bad cop, they need to be brought to account and sanctioned. But if the shooting, and there's plenty of shootings out there where people go, oh, that was a bad shooting, but when you see the body cam footage, it shows the guy reaching down to his waistband, pulling up a gun, but missing the handle of his gun the first time, and then spinning back around a second time, grabbing for it, and then trying to shoot a cop before he gets shot. And everyone was saying that kid got executed by the police. It's like, no, he was about to shoot a police officer, and he tried once and failed, and they didn't shoot him the first time.
Yeah, and I want to make it clear, I'm not sitting here trying to defend police because there's been a lot of bullshit here in America. A lot of bullshit. But we can't, I mean, look, I know people, I hate the cops, but when your ass is in trouble, you love seeing the police. When somebody's fucking with you, you love seeing the police. Because they protect, because, I mean, look, there's been a lot of bad cops, but we don't like to talk about where cops are running into buildings where people with guns to protect your ass. You know, we don't want to brag and talk about that. No, we won't talk about the ones that, you know, fucked up and did something bad. Yeah, of course, we need to talk about that, but we also need to like highlight the ones that do good shit too.
Yeah, well, there's a really good bit of footage on Donut Operator's channel where there was a hostage situation. This guy's got a fucking gun and he's walking this hostage down the street. He's surrounded by cops. And this fucking dude just went, right, it's like, well, I'll call him Lieutenant Badass. And he's just rocked up with a fucking, I'm not sure what gun he had, but he obviously knew how to use it. He put a round in the suspect's head. He fucking just went, bang, and just nailed him. And hostage was saved. Now, there's other footage too, on sadly, where a dude with a knife actually gets hold of a lady and just saws into a fucking throat, and the cops just open fire, and sadly, they hit her as well as him, but her head was half fucking cut off by the time they stopped it. And this case goes to show why police sometimes just get out of the car and go bang, 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 because within 10, 15 seconds, this went from a guy that was 10 foot away from this woman to this guy was sawing into her neck, and she was just standing outside of her flat in a row of units, and she's dead. Because the police didn't just go bang and shoot the fucking guy with the knife as soon as they got there. That would have saved her life, but they didn't know that.
And there's also been some bad shit too. Like you know, the guy they choked out on a sidewalk in New York City.
Yeah, I can't breathe. Yeah, I remember that. There's every case needs to be taken individually, and those cases that show where police brutality has taken place, police need to be held to account to an incredibly high standard and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the fucking law.
Yeah. And cops are protected now. They are protected when they shouldn't be also. And no, police should not be considered they're trying to put them, what is that, protected class or whatever, where if you say anything bad about a cop, you can get arrested.
Yeah, this is just
bullshit.
That's silliness. It's going over the top. But there's that case of the I forget what city it was in. It was about a year ago where she's an Australian woman and she heard a disturbance out in the alleyway out the back of her house. She's rung the fucking police. She's gone out there in her pajamas, walking towards the squad car. The passenger in the car has fucking leant across his partner with his fucking sidearm and shot her dead.
Yeah.
Well, that guy, there was months and months and months of investigating, and I understand why. They just recently announced they're going after that fucking cop for second-degree murder. Now, it took them fucking months, and people were baying for blood. And what we've got to remember is that investigations, so they can get an airtight case, take fucking time. And if we threw more money at all of these investigative departments, we might get more done.
Now, I talked about the good stuff. Now, here's what I honestly think. Now, honestly, our cops need to be here in the States, need to be trained different, because they do have a mentality of, shoot first, ask later. That's not right. That's not good. That's not good.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't want to sound like I'm condoning it, but I understand the mindset, because I've seen so many videos on YouTube now where the first thing is, like, there was a really good one on Donut Operator's channel recently. They've pulled this African-American gentleman over for a traffic stop, and he's acting a bit nervous and he's acting a bit funny, and he didn't want to get out of the car, and eventually they've got him out of the car, and you know what he was sitting on? Sitting on a fucking big handgun, and his hands reached down for it, right? Mm-hmm. This guy's still alive, though. The cops there was the officer right there, and he's just sitting what the dude was doing, and he's got his side piece and jammed it straight in his ribs, and you hear him fucking say in the video, I will fucking kill you right now if you fucking keep reaching for that gun. And the guy they suspect was trying to do suicide by cop, but balked at the last minute.
Yeah.
Now, this guy was reaching for a weapon, and he's still alive right now. And there's plenty of – the trick is with the police, keep your fucking hands where you can see them, and don't reach for your waist, and you won't probably get shot.
Well, yeah. But
that's the big tip.
But here's another thing that I would say the cops need to change. Now, because there's – like, okay, if there's a guy with a knife, you could shoot the motherfucker in the leg. You don't have to shoot for the head.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right. No.
Yes.
No, you can't, boss. That's
yes.
No. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong, and you need to go and watch a policeman that's been trained to shoot a firearm to understand why that whole leg shot thing's fucking bullshit. It's silly. It's fucking. Well, I'm not a shooting expert. I said you need to talk to a police officer that's been trained. They will explain it. Donut Operator has got a great video on why they don't do that. There are cases where if the cop's 5 foot away from someone, they'll put a shot in the leg. And there's a video on his channel where they shoot a knife-wielding woman and he actually shoots her in the leg. But it's a very special case where he's basically right next to her and she starts walking towards him, closing the gap. He just goes... But putting around in someone's leg, I've shot a pistol and tried to hit an orange from 6 feet away after never using a pistol before. Impossible. I can shoot a rifle, great. But pistols and putting one in their leg, it's silly. I
disagree.
Well, have you ever? How many times have you been shooting with a pistol at the range?
I've shot a lot of guns.
How many times have you been down a range shooting a pistol, boss? Give me a
lot of times. I don't know the number. Probably 20, 30
more than
times.
10.
But yeah, probably 20
what
or
sort
30
of gun?
times. I've shot a 357. I've shot a Glock. I don't know. I'm not a gun person now. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know the gun. I've shot a Glock. There was another pistol that I shot. Was it like the Derringer or whatever it's called? I don't know what the fuck it's called. I've shot shotguns. I've shot a rifle. I've never shot a semi-automatic. I've never done that. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
but I've shot them. I'm not a good shot. I suck at it.
Yeah, well, putting around in someone's leg is just that's not something an average shooter can do.
Dude, I live in Mississippi. Everybody got a fucking gun, bro. I've shot guns. I don't like guns though. I'm not a gun person.
There's a reason they're trained to shoot for center mass.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that I think there's situations where you can shoot a motherfucker in the leg and not have to kill him. That's what I mean. That's just my opinion.
Yes, there are very, very rare ones. And like I said, Donut Operator has got a video where it actually shows the circumstances where that takes place.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, the guy says, I'm pretty sure that I've shot this suspect before. And it turns out about 4 or 5 years ago that they had shot this person before.
And I don't care what you're trained, Stan. Your stuff that doesn't matter to me. I mean, I still have my opinion, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying that realistically, in the heat of a situation, it has to be a very special set of circumstances for an officer to have the opportunity to go, I think I will select a leg round and put one in their leg. And like I said, I've seen a very small amount of circumstances that led to that outcome. Sadly, because guns are at play, and here's the thing, I don't want to sound like I'm defending the police, but they're just at work and they have a right to go home too. And it's like, if everyone, like I said, the best chance to surviving a police encounter, if they suspect you have a weapon, is keep your fucking hands in the air and be honest with the cops and pull over when they want to pull you over.
I started out trying, that's what it started out, me, giving respect to police. That's what I brought that news story. But now I will say that, okay, people say, well, they're just doing the work, but that taking that job means you take a certain responsibility.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you come on.
No, it's not a come on. It's what it is.
Yes, it is. I'll politely disagree and say absolute bullshit.
You cannot distree with me. You cannot disagree with me. It's in the contract.
Because here's the thing, my ex-missus worked for the police force for. Well, she's still working for them. She works in the evidence room now because her hearing's blown out because she worked the radio and the 000, and she's told me stories that would, curl my and it's the stories you don't hear on the fucking news about how the police knock on your door to tell you, oh, listen, you're on holidays, but I'm really sorry to tell you that your dad's been passed away or whatever. That's the police doing all of this shit too. That they pass on all these sad messages and see people at their worst. It's like my missus had the phone call where a hysterical woman's rung up saying, my husband's hung himself, please come and help. It's like digging into his neck and he's bleeding everywhere. And by the time the cops have got there, there's just like a slip and slide of blood and this poor woman standing in a shower of her husband's blood, fucking trying to hold up a dead corpse. And my missus is trying to tell her to let the body go and just to walk outside.
Yeah. You're still wrong.
Yeah, but... No, I'll get to the point. The thing is that police just because they're police officers doesn't mean that they've agreed to put themselves at more
nobody
risk.
said that, though. Nobody said
That's kind of what you're insinuating.
No, I said you take certain No, I didn't. If that's what you took, I swear I didn't mean that.
All right.
What I mean, you take a certain responsibility, even to protect the bad people, because it is, you serve and protect. That's what I mean. I didn't mean that you have to. Like take shit, and do that. No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we are trained. Our cops are trained military-like, in which they shouldn't be, because military are trained to go kill, and that's what they should be trained for. Cops really shouldn't be trained kill. They shouldn't. It should be to avoid the situation that the killing thing should be the last fucking option. That's all I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. Well, sadly, in a country where you guys have a certain amendment to right to bear arms, that the police are going to be a lot more fucking nervous compared to, say, Australian cops. Like, you know how many times I've had a gun pulled on me at a traffic stop? And I've jumped out of the car and walked straight up the police officer's car and gone, hey, fellas, don't bother getting out. Here's me fucking license. What did I do wrong? And they went, you were doing 150 kilometres an hour in a 100-kilometre-an-hour zone, and now you're 1.5 kilometres down a dirt track in the middle of a cane field. What the fuck are you up to, mate? And I went, jam shed. Yeah, and I had a guitar amp on the back, and I just went, sorry, I was hauling up the hill. I just had a car service, and give me the speeding ticket. Have a nice night.
Dustin, right? I can't remember his fucking username. The guy who used to pay $50 to kick Hoburger out.
Yep.
He's a cop.
Yeah.
And me and him had a conversation, and he actually told me that they are trained wrong.
Oh yeah, I agree. But how do I put this? Because I don't want to seem like I'm disrespecting the cops. It's just, because there are situations where sometimes people just pull out a gun and gunplay starts automatically, and these guys have all known a cop or lost someone in action. Everyone gets a little bit more nervous, and the escalation just keeps going up. And I remember back in the day when there's a nasty little round that came out that they actually called the fucking bullets cop killers, because they would just tear through a fucking bulletproof vest because they were Teflon coated bullets, and they had to make them illegal in America. Remember that? It's actually, unless you got a really fucking good need for a bullet that's specially designed to cut through body armor, you can't buy them at a gun shop anymore. But every man and his dog used to run around with their gun loaded up with fucking cop killer rounds, just in case they had to put a few shots downrange at a cop, because it would chew through their vest and drop them like a bag of shit. And the gangbangers, the Crips and the Bloods, were spraying everyone up with them. You know, and that's the difference. We never had that amount of gun violence in Australia, where we had the Port Arthur massacre and went, fuck this shit. Yeah. And we changed a few things. Anyway. Yeah.
And about one last thing about this is that I'm not actually taking a side either way. But I will agree. Yeah. I do agree that, you know, cops like, well, it's a dangerous job. You have people with guns. I agree with Red Eye. If we take care of our gun issue, it may not be so dangerous. Yeah, we need to take care of that gun issue that we have. Everybody should be able to carry a fucking gun, but that's just my point. That's what I believe. But whatever. Moving on to Landon's penis.
I just wanted to address Aaron. No, I'm not positive, but I remember back in the day that there was this round specifically called a cop killer, and I'm not sure if America made it illegal or specific states got rid of them, but and I think body armor technology has advanced well and truly since the 1980s, so these rounds are probably stopped quite easily these days with new technology. That would be my assumption. If I am wrong, please educate me. Thank you.
Well, so, being at the top of the hour, can we I offer a different topic?
Yes, we're moving on right now, what we're doing, because I'm tired of talking about, I want to talk about Red Eye's penis. No, actually, there's something I want to talk about. One of the chicks who is was one of the chicks against Harvey Weinstein and one of the big leaders of the Me Too movement has been exposed for having sex with a 17-year-old boy.
Yes, and paying him off in a settlement.
Yes, paying him off in a settlement. You know, and one of the things that bothers me is all the people who are defending her and all these Me Too movement. You know, Rose McGowan, I know she, you know, had some stuff happen to her and she is a victim and survivor or whatever. But she said, you know, we got to find out and we got to be gentle with her. Why do we have to be? You're not gentle when guys are, you know, people said, well, she shouldn't lose her job automatically. Why? Every guy who's accused of it loses his job automatically. So it's a double standard here that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, but just hold on. I'm going to be objective here and go, was she ever charged with a crime?
No.
She has paid this person hush, basically,
yes.
We'll call it what it fucking is. It's hush money.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she paid hush money.
Here's some fucking money, and I'm not going to report you to the police. Now, this person, from what I understand from the article, was 17 years of age, the male at the time. The lady in the question was, I'm not sure if she was early 30s or late 20s. Now, if that took place in Australia, there's no legal fucking problem because the legal age of consent is 16.
I honestly think, here's the thing I found creepy about it. I don't really find it that creepy that a 20-something-year-old woman said, is that, but she played his mother in another movie when he was like a kid. They've known each other. She's known him since he was a little bitty kid. And so it's that part I kind of find creepy. And he, I guess he feels like a victim. I don't know. I'm just, the point is the double standard that we have here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the news. That's what's newsworthy is this person that is claiming to be one of these moral arbiters of behavior.
Yes.
Is not so consistent themselves. And that's kind of, I think, also you see politicians that are the most, quote, family value, moral. You could probably suspect that they're not what they say they are.
Exactly.
Man, you've just reminded me. There was a gentleman in the Queensland Parliament, right? And he was in charge of oh, this is fucking glorious, of ethics. Okay. He was the ethics dude. Guess what happened to him? He got caught buttering fucking both sides of his fucking bread. He's got a wife and not wife. And he was fucking both of them at the same time. Well, not together. Yeah, but you know what I mean. He was having an affair.
And part of his thing was that he was the moral arbiter and the, family values and that sort of, pushing that sort of stuff.
Of not only Parliament, but here's the thing I've just learnt recently. If I get on Twitter and I say the Queensland Premier is a big poopy head and her breath stinks like butt and everything she smells everything she talks looks like dookie, and she says everything she says is dookie, I can actually be hauled in front of the Queensland Parliamentary Ethics Committee and brought up on fucking charges and fined and or jailed by these people. Now, this is the guy that was in charge of all of those fucking people. He was the head of the ethics committee, and he was fucking behind his wife's back. So,
yeah,
you're in charge of mine. Yeah, great.
Apparently, she's denying that she ever had sex with him. Now, she, in a statement to reporter, Argentino or whatever name. Oh, by the way, you remember Anthony Bourdain, right? The guy who did the Landon. You probably know who that is, right? Yeah, he committed suicide. That's his girlfriend. That was his girlfriend. It said she was shocked and hurt by the allegations that she had sexually assaulted a young male actor. Argentino added that she and deceased boyfriend Anthony Bourdain had entertained monetary requests from the young actor, but she never had any sexual relationship with him.
Well, I thought she paid the dude.
They did give him money. I read an article. They did give him money. So,
and yeah. How much? It was hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's far cheaper to hire a fucking really good lawyer on retainer and send a go fuck yourself letter, cease and desist, fucking smearing my fucking client's name with your bullshit slanderous statements than it would be to just hand them a vast, big, chunky sum of money unless something has gone down. Now, and as I understand it, date that it took place in the age of consent has to be 18 and the kid was 17.
Yeah. And
so
is
there something to it?
Yeah. And here's this one woman, Nancy Leon, who's one big Me Too movement chick who's been after guys immediately, let's get rid of him because he's a raper or whatever, assaulter. She wrote this is what she tweeted. People who are innocent of wrongdoing might make payments for a number of reasons: to avoid publicity, to avoid time and energy consuming litigation, to avoid death. See, this is the double standard that I'm talking about. This is the bullshit that if a guy is accused, he's automatically guilty. Boom. The word allegedly is gone. As soon as a woman is accused, she allegedly did it.
Can we just start calling these the hashtag Me Too movement what it is? Hashtag kangaroo fucking court.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a fucking kangaroo court of fucking irate fucking cunts baying for blood and fucking sadly the media is serving people up one after the other. Jeffrey fucking Rush. A whole bunch of Australian actors have been dragged through the fucking shit because one lady said, oh, he brushed up against my breast and touched the small of my back. And that's Jeffrey fucking Rush is now in court defending charges. And he's also suing the fuck out of some of the, the 2-bit fucking rags like Woman's Day and that for printing all of these fucking outrageous allegations without any evidence to back it up. It's just like, do you remember what is it now? What's the written version? Is it liable? It's like they've got no fucking idea. These people are just printing this shit out like it's fact because some fucking retard has said, this happened to me 12 years ago. And it's like, if it happened, report it to the police. Don't go and talk to fucking Women's Day because here's the thing about sex crimes in Australia, no statute of limitations. Don't talk to the press, talk to the fucking police. If something's happened to you, bring the person up on charges. For fuck's sake, please. I want people to do that. I don't want people to just go to the press and make allegations without backing it up with any evidence because people get ruined just from someone doing one interview in a paper now. Yeah, it's got to stop.
Yeah, people are. There's no due process anymore.
Yeah.
Especially in the public eye, man. You're guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty.
Yeah,
And
innocent till proven guilty was the old saying. That used to be one of the big catch cries of America. It was like innocent till proven guilty, freedom and justice for all, apple pie and mum.
Yeah.
What happened to all that shit?
By
man.
the way, you know is that Red Eye used the term kangaroo court.
Yes, sir.
And it's some people believe the kangaroo court comes from Australia, where when it was a penal colony, some of the justice was, let's say, dodgy at best. But actually, the derivation of that term is an American term, comes from California. In the in fact, it's in the early 1850s, and kangaroo court was also the synonym was Mustang court, and it was basically a hasty carried out proceedings to deal with, for example, in mining, claim jumpers, people who were some claims. So the term comes from the notion of taking a leap over information, where you essentially intentionally ignore evidence that would be fine in favor of the defendant, and sort of gloss over that sort of thing. And so it is actually an American term, actually a California term that came from our gold rush days.
Apparently, the chat is people are having problems chatting in the chat room.
Yes, I have not seen a chat in about 7 minutes.
Yeah, well, Raisin sent me a message, says she said chat's not working or fucking with her or something. So if you're watching and you're having issues chatting, I do apologize. YouTube bullshit.
It's come up and said error, try again. So all right, okay, YouTube, you told me to try again. Let's type in fuck you, YouTube.
Error, try again.
And wow, I'm being censored by, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you and Dee could have an argument over your First Amendment rights. You being an Australian and this being a non-government communication forum.
Yeah, so if you're to the people who are watching, I'm sorry you can't chat. Please don't go. Still watch the show. You can comment later on it if in the comment section.
I've got a great idea. If you're a Patreon, jump into Discord, general chat.
Yeah,
better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and by the way, speaking of the Discord, wait, sorry, 1 second. The power has been given back to Red Eye on the Discord. I didn't want to fuck with it. I hate that shit. I hate fucking with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. All I want to do is go and say hi. So Red Eye is back on the. So if you have any suggestions, don't send me no more fucking suggestions. I don't want them. You give them to Red Eye. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay, go ahead, Landon. I'm sorry.
So, something cool.
Yeah,
that happened. There is a team of scientists that includes people from the University of Hawaii and NASA Ames, which is the NASA facility here in the Silicon Valley, and using this called a moon mineralogy mapper aboard a Indian space research craft, Chandrayaan spacecraft, and they have confirmed now the presence of ice on the moon in a number of spots. This ice is actually rather cold. There's areas of the moon at the poles where the sunlight can't reach. So there's sort of this impermanent darkness where the temperature is minus 150 Celsius or minus 250 Fahrenheit. And the ice is very thin. It's only a couple of millimeters, like a thickness of a couple dimes. But nonetheless, they've now have confirmed. They had suspected for a while, but this thing has actually now confirmed the presence of ice actually on the surface on the moon. So on the tippy tops of the moon is inside you can't see, but if you were able to look over the rim of those craters, you could see ice.
So you're telling me that the possibility to go do some rad snowboarding / iceboarding on the moon in a lot less gravity, so my airtime will be significantly increased, is actually possible?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right, sign me the fuck up to NASA or the Russian space program and get me the fuck up to the moon, please. Immediately.
Immediately.
So that would be, of course, it would be kind of chilly in there. You need to put on your woolies to make sure you didn't freeze your tuchus.
Yeah.
No,
I imagine
That's a technical term.
I just want to say that I am on Discord right now in the chat room. Go over there and chat over there about the show. And because you can't, if you're not able to use, if you are a Patreon, go over there and we can read your chats there.
yes.
I'll be reading the comments and stuff from there. Sorry about the inconvenience, YouTube.
It's probably the demonetization fairies escalating shit.
Yeah,
Fuck this stupid cunt.
yeah, fucking stupid ass motherfuckers.
Fuck that fairy.
Fuck that fairy. That bitch is a hoe.
Yep.
She a hoe ass bitch, Landon.
Skank asshole bitch.
Stank asshole bitch. Let's see. Hero fisherman praised for rescuing thousands from Crawley floods. He rescued thousands. He built this big ass fucking boat and started. He's Noah.
Yeah.
But many people are paying tribute to the local fishermen in Crawley who took part in the biggest rescue and relief operation in the Indian state's history. So,
a nice guy. So
that is pretty
thank
nice.
you,
Yeah, I mean, rescued a lot of people, so that's pretty awesome. I like good stories like that, man. Red Eye wouldn't do shit. He'd just say, "Oh, y'all drown, I'm gone."
So again, for those that are like in the Pimpmunk zone, it's the ground floor.
Yes, ground floor. If you're on the Discord, just talk over there. If for the ones who are watching that are not Patreons, become a Patreon and go over there and talk. I can't help that YouTube is a fucking piece of shit and Red Eye's fault.
Yep. It's always my fault.
And afternoon, David. Actually, I should say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon your time zone and latitude.
So I got some questions for you, Mr. Landon.
Yes, sir.
First question is, where did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
I grew up on a farm in California, specifically between the town of Hayward and the town of Pleasant, out in the country.
So very humble beginnings. If you don't know, they were chicken farmers, right?
Well, I was in charge of the chickens, so my thing was literally the hen house.
Yeah, he's a big cock over there. Look at him.
And of egg production. But we also had peaches and apricots. We also had sheep we raised for wool. And we also had honeybees. And
you hated it, am I correct?
Farming wasn't really my thing. I think I was not into the cold country shtick thing.
Yeah.
Didn't really grab me there. So I mean, I have respect for farmers. We were just a small plot thing, so not like they got the big farmers. And most of my mother's family are big farmers up in the Oregon area. They do walnuts, filberts, peppermint, that sort of thing. But nonetheless, it was not. I think it was sort of the culture, the country culture was something that didn't really fit with my personality.
And so, like in high school age, that's when you started. Like, I mean, I know you were always a smart kid, but that's when your mind really started, right? And,
well, that's really when I started producing stuff that was publishable, as opposed to
and you had stuff published as a teenager. Am I correct?
Yeah. And so as so I published my first peer-reviewed paper when it was still in high school, and in fact, I had actually started going to the local university, and then it was called Cal State University Hayward. Now it's called Cal State East Bay, and that was a case where part of the money that I made selling eggs, I used to essentially go up there and pay for classes. I mean, I had been sort of through the favor of a couple of professors at the university using computers up there. But on time they said enrollment, and no one told me you have to do and take this test, you have to do this sort of thing. So I just showed up and said, I got some money, I want to take this class.
And how old were you?
And 15, I think.
15.
Probably me. Because it was the subject is something I knew and was interested in. So I just paid, and it was, I think the cost was $35 a unit. So it was a 4-unit course, and I just started taking classes. And by the time I was a senior, I had been had 3 years of university, and I was actually taking a full 16 units load at Cal State. And at some point, I was actually one of my high school teachers, a really a very important person in my life in terms of helping me develop who I was. She sort of at one point said, "What are you doing here?" Right? I said, "If I see you in my class again, I'm going to be very disappointed." And she encouraged me to drop out. And so I had already been accepted to another university. And so it was like, why waste time in high school? So I dropped out. So I'm a high school dropout. Yay.
I just got a quick question. So if I understand this right, you funded your university education with chicken abortions.
Yeah. With the death of small chicken babies.
Now we were free-range chickens, right? So we had a couple
Chat's
acres where the chickens were having to go up and down. Hi, chat.
Yeah, it's working again. So yeah,
having to go up and down, into the chickens, and now is one of the chores in the morning was to push the chickens out of the hen house into the yard, and then at night collect them and put them back there before the skunks and other critters got at them. So yeah, it was egg money, but I calculated that I clean probably close to 1 million eggs in my lifetime. What city slickers don't realize is eggs come out of the place that's near where they make lots of poo. Right? Chickens are prolific poo producers, and so what you end up having is eggs in a natural state that are contaminated by poo, which is bad if you're worried about things like salmonella and other stuff. So we had to take the eggs and clean them. The eggs you see in the store have been cleaned, because even in mechanical farms, chickens aren't exactly the cleanest down under. I don't mean down under like in Australia down under, but down under.
Chicken under.
Yeah, chicken under. So one of my tasks was to clean eggs, and that was. But by the way, you can't just take a brush because you don't want to remove. There's a coating that is on the egg that helps keep it there. If you brush the egg too much, you remove that coating, and the egg will spoil much faster. So you have to gently clean the eggs.
Now, when it comes to you're not just an astronomer or math. You are multitasking motherfucker. You really are.
Yeah, number theory, cryptography, computer security, planetary science, a number of things. And so my research interns here are having to work on things like robots, having to work on primality testing, they're having to work on machine learning, they're having to work on cryptography, and on large scale. We have a lot of machines here that we're in charge of.
The reason I bring it up is I want to ask you, like, if somebody asks you, Landon, what are you? What do you do? What do you say?
I start, if I have to say one thing, I would say a planetary scientist.
Yeah.
And by the way, Earth is one of the planets, so I could also study the Earth too. That's sort of first. But I'm also a mathematician. I'm also a computer scientist. I'm also a cryptographer. But those are other other things that I do.
I've got a little thing here from the Great Debate Community Wiki. Now, just a heads up, I may have wrote this when Steve McRae asked me to. I'm not saying that I did, but there's a good possibility that I probably did. So this is so October 28, 1960, the universe created Landon Kirtnall, and that was the day that science levels went over 9,000. Landon's parents noticed his love of numbers while he was quite young after counting all the walnuts in Walnut Creek. After his early education, Landon went on to break many records and co-invented a system of naming really, 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 really big numbers. Landon has 8 mathematical world records, and he also co-invented the Fowler-Null-Vo hash function. That's the part that Steve added. No, I missed all of that, so thanks, Steve. Landon also set another record for being kicked out of hospital after being cracked open like a walnut for heart surgery after 3 days. That's the part that I added. Here's his superpowers. He can count like a boss, has super lush chest hair insulation for operating in cold conditions, wrestles polar bears, educates the willing, and can talk to Mr. Intelligent Design for hours while keeping his cool. And Landon's greatest hits can be found there, and you can find that if you just do Landon Knoll Great Debate Community Wiki.
I'm very disappointed, though, about that, because Landon's greatest accomplishment in life is the day he discovered videos by me.
Yeah, it was that thanks in part to Jacqueline Glynn.
Yeah, but when he found my videos, his life changed forever. It was
sure, because I got to go with this dude, who's a pretty smart dude as well. I mean, his mama didn't raise no country bumpkin. This is actually a pretty smart dude here.
Well, I'm not stupid like some people may think, because some people buy the character sometimes a little too much. I'm not stupid. I'm nowhere near like Landon and Galen and their level, but yeah, I'm a pretty fairly intelligent guy. But little insight, because this is Patreon Appreciation Week, and Landon is my top patron. Little backstory about me and Landon. Landon watched I guess he watched my video on Jacqueline Glynn's channel.
Mm-hmm.
That I guess video I did. By the way, thank you, Jacqueline, because if it wasn't for Jacqueline, nobody wouldn't know who the fuck I was. And then he messaged me, said, I liked your videos, and we started talking. And then he bought a gift off my wish list, and I was like, damn, this is a cool dude. Didn't have no idea who he was, I'll be honest with you, because I was talking to somebody in a chat room, and I mentioned my new guy Landon, and somebody said, Landon No? Did you say Landon No? I said, yeah. Do you know who Landon No is? No, I don't have no fucking clue. And then he sent me his Wikipedia page, and I was like, oh shit. So then I was being nice to Landon, because Landon's a cool guy and everything. And me and Landon became good friends. And this is the part where Landon changed my life forever. I said something about I wanted to go to VidCon. And I was just, I'm a very open dude, but I've, for a long time, I became I sheltered myself. I didn't go outside. I mean, I went outside, but I didn't go do things much because I was afraid I was going to jump back into the old life of me of being retarded like I used to be. So I kind of became a hermit. And I was like, but I want to do this. I want to do this entertainment thing. And Landon, basically, this is what he told me. He said, you never can get wet unless you put your foot in the water. And so he bought me my plane ticket, my VidCon, and set up my hotel room, and I went. And ever since then, I've been been me, and the things been taken off. So Landon's been a very important part of this journey, and he was one of the first people that I told about why I was really doing this, about buying the house for my mom. Mm-hmm. And then Cheryl's loud ass mouth had to tell everybody, and so then I started talking about it. Yeah, so it's been a real good journey, and we've been friends now for I don't know how long now, 4 years.
Yeah, several years on that.
Yeah, and he's go ahead.
But also remember that the time we actually we met, right? We met in the elevator at the hotel. I wasn't going to VidCon, but you were, and I happened to be there at the time. for a conference.
Yeah, he was there, and we met. I was like, hey, and so he took me out to dinner, to a place where I ordered what I could spell, and so it was steak. I know what that is, but it was cool. And ever since then, we've hung out several times. I don't know how many times we met, but I actually went to where San Jose, and he took me around San Francisco. I got to do one of my bucket list items, which is go to Alcatraz, which to this day is one of the coolest experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
Because I was like obsessed with Alcatraz growing up. I mean, I was obsessed with it.
And you definitely got the inside tour of Alcatraz.
Yeah, dude, it was like cool. And here's another thing. On that, I always thought they got away. I did. I always thought they got away. But once you get on that water, you'll get a different idea that they didn't get away.
Yeah.
Seriously, once you get on that water, you can see that and think about that time and year where people have swimming, but they had wetsuits. They had other boats there following them to make sure everything was very safe. These people didn't have shit, and this water is powerful, man. It's some powerful waves, and it was cold, but yeah, it was a very good experience. The most memorable thing I take away from that is like when they talked about on New Year's Eve, sound travels on water. The prison would go quiet. The prison would go complete where they could hear the people celebrating New Year's Eve on the water, on boats on the water, and the music would travel on the water. So they would go quiet just so they could hear the music. It's very cool shit.
Yeah. So you're about to do another bucket list later this year, which is to go to Lambeau Field.
Go to Lambeau Field. I've had some people say, you're fucking crazy. Want to go to Lambeau Field in the middle of November? No, that's the experience. Like Galen said, that's the only time to go. So I'm going to Lambeau Field, which is one of the most famous, the most famous football field in America. I mean, it is the stadium. Everybody knows Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra. It's gonna be really cold. I'm gonna freeze my balls off, but I don't care. I'm getting to go to a Packers game. I've been a Packers fan since knee high, hardcore Packers fan. So I'm getting to go do that this year, which is very, very cool. November 11th is the game. We're playing Miami Dolphins. So that's awesome. Yeah, raising dreams coming true. This is true. I've had a lot of people, my life's out there. So a lot of people know that I went through some very rough times the last couple of years. There's been a bunch of fucking setbacks. But also you got to focus on the good shit too, right? And I've done a lot of cool shit. I've seen, and people are like, you taste the Greyhound. Well, I've seen parts of America that most people will never see. I've been all over this country, seen some cool shit from mountains in New Mexico to mountains in Colorado, to oceans on both sides. And I've seen those, so and next year I'm getting to go to Australia and fuck a kangaroo.
And we'll see. That'll be the you have the experience of customs and that sort of thing too.
Yeah, but that's another bucket list item though. Actually, to get to go to another country, and I get to do that. And look, this is something very special to me. I get to meet Red Eye, and that's very special to me because this dude is very special to me. This is like my brother, honestly, because Red Eye, he gets mad, puts his little temper tantrums, and I just wait for him to, I wait it out, and then I'll tell him, all right, now do this.
I'm rather predictable, aren't I?
Yeah. But he'll throw, I ain't doing this no more, fucking boss. Here. I'm like, okay. All right.
So
about every 3 months I have a dummy spit.
but to get the privilege to have this guy buy you a beer. That's the
and then I'm also see. Here's the thing. I'm hoping that we can find some open mic clubs in Australia, and I'm gonna do some shit over there. And I'm gonna be doing it here pretty soon. I am actually trying to find an agent to book me in clubs and shit, and to find, so all kind of little bits, and there's all kind of things you can do in the comedy world. So yeah, we're going to be doing some stuff, and it's all because of you guys. This is the point. People like Landon who seen something in me that other people didn't see. And I've been fucked up in my life, but he's seen things about me that nobody else seen, and then come along, other people have seen it. Red Eye's seen it, and this is why I do it, man. I do it. The main reason is to get my mom a house, and for you guys to support me on Patreon and stuff. It just means the world to me. It really does. And when there's a goal, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're 520. We're 530. I found out why the other Patreon. It was Gage. I found out what happened. It's something to do with when that mess happened with Patreon when they moved and his car didn't get collected or some shit. It's not his fault. So it's 520 right now. We're going to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to do a 24-hour show. And I've got all kinds of people lined up for it already. Billy the Fridge, Ben, go ahead.
And I would say I want to encourage because if Pimpmunk has that level of income stream coming forward, then he can concentrate on donations for the house. Because right now, a lot of the donations that you the viewers, contribute to him goes to food, water, shelter, the basics of necessity for him and his family. That's it's my job. And people say, well, this is a real job. This is a real job. Sometimes I make good money, sometimes I don't make shit, but this is my skill set. I don't have skill sets to go out there and build a house. I don't have that. My skill set is to be able to make you laugh. Or even to think sometimes. I used to have a motto. I want to make you laugh, make you think, piss you off.
Here's the deal. It's a brave new world on YouTube in the last fucking 6 months to a year. And without Patreons, people like John wouldn't be making content. And let's be quite honest, the world would just be a shittier fucking place without having a break. It's like that's where I really started to enjoy YouTube. Was I first found the Drunken Peasants, and then I found Pimp, and then I found a whole bunch of other people that cascaded away from that. And I still watch the DPs and TJ stuff, but I watch up, and thanks to those guys, and John was the first one that I sort of met and started being a cheeky cunt in his chat. And it's like, see, he was one of the smart ones that. It's like when you have people like me in your community, you can do two things. You can just silence them, or you give them a fucking spanner and give them a little bit of responsibility, and it just keeps them just on the right side of that fucking line of what you're not supposed to cross. And that's happened more than once. So, and now here I am on the fucking show. So, sucked in everyone.
So when I quantum tunnels across the line on occasion too, which is part of Red Eye.
I fuck up quite quite occasionally. Quite often actually. Let's be quite honest.
I'm quite proud of you though, Red. I want to say that I'm quite proud of you. When I first met Red was afraid to talk because he knew that he's got this personality. But I told him, you can be you and also, just work on it. And he has been. He's worked on it. I point and Red knows I'm critical of you at times, am I not? I've been like, hey, I called him out on some double standard shit one time. I was like, you're being a double. You let me buy with everything. I can say this, but this person can't say that. I said, that's not right. That's a double standard. You're right, boss. So
and at times, Red Eye has some odd views of cosmology that we have to sort of fix a little bit, but he gets it eventually. So
and he can't. And he's not allowed to disagree with me. By the way, he's not allowed to disagree with me. It's in the contract.
That's right.
No, actually, no. Red Eye knows. I have told Red Eye many a times. If you disagree with me, disagree. Just don't get mad at me. Disagree with me.
That's the thing that I've learned, and it's like, to be quite honest, I'll use this label on myself. I'm socially fucking retarded. And that's been quite kind.
But you're getting better though.
Yeah, it's a fucking work in progress. I won't go too much into it. My levels of social anxiety skyrocket significantly. It's like compared to a normal, what we'll call an average person's fucking personality. I'm I'm always anxious and on fucking the edge of my seat, so that's why I tend to go off like a firecracker. But I'm working
And my
on
mom
it.
wants to hug you.
Oh,
I swear to God,
sit
my mom said there's people sometimes you hear or meet that you just want to give a hug. And she heard Red Eye talking to me, and she said, I just want to give that boy a hug.
Oh, your mum's awesome.
And she got on to me because one night I was in the kitchen, I was on my laptop, and I was yelling. I was yelling at Red Eye. I was like, "Fuck you, stupid ass!" She said, "Don't you talk to him like that."
Well, I mean, I think when you visit Red Eye, the important thing to do is to regulate the dosage, right?
Yeah.
That's and as long as you regulate the dosage, then everything's going to be fine.
I'm going to fuck with this man when I'm there. I swear, I will wear a fucking thong in a public restaurant with him just to embarrass his ass.
The other thing is you want to do the fishing, right?
Yes, that is something I want to do with Red. I want to sit on a fishing bank and have a beer with him. Sit there and throw a line. Oh, is he frozen or is that me?
No, we're good.
No, Landon's froze. Oh, okay.
I'm fine.
You can't just refresh your camera. It'll come back.
Yeah. But anyways, I want to sit on a fishing bank, have a beer with him, and yeah.
Yeah, the plan is there's a good spot we're going to go fishing, but there's one place in particular, Vikings, Currumbin Surf Life Saving Club. It's a really unique place that there's not too many buildings on the actual beach. They're usually set back off the street and off the nature reserve, except for there's a few restaurants, but this Surf Life Saving Club is actually built on the fucking beach on a rocky outcrop. And when we get rather large surf and king tides, the whole bottom fucking floor, just the waves wash through it. It's fucking unreal. But we're going to go there and eat because they have a really good chef there. The food's incredible. And the fucking view you can see clean across the water up to Surfers Paradise from the southern end of the Gold Coast. It's fucking magnificent.
Awesome. Yeah. That sounds great, man.
Yeah. You need guidance from locals to know don't fish in that water. Don't, because there's lots of water there that'll ruin your day. Yeah.
We'll go fishing at a nice calm spot. We probably won't catch too much, but the view's going to be fucking spectacular.
There you go. Well, it ain't always about catching fish. Sometimes it's just about the experience. And and it's just something I want to do with you. It's going to be fun.
Of course, you get to see the southern skies. I know you're a southern boy, but you got to see the real southern skies. So you got to see Edda Queen up there. You got to see the coal sack. You got to see the Southern Cross. All that good stuff, and the Milky Way going overhead.
Sounds awesome. Cloud. It's gonna be a good trip. I got a few trips planned for next year. We gotta go back to VidCon. Got to do the Australia thing, and we've got the Pimp Gathering. I know that.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be in Nashville.
And for me, the next my next major expedition is to Pitcairn Island. If you know about the legends of the mutiny of the Bounty, this is where the mutineers held out for quite a while. And there's a solar eclipse there that we're going to be middle of next year. And that'll be. And of course, there's the Argentina eclipse in 2020, and then the South Pole return in 2021.
Cool. Yeah,
that would be a thing. You see this guy go to the South Pole. That would be I mean, your name has been spelled there, but
yeah, my name was pissed in the snow. That's awesome. On the ice or snow.
By drunk Russians.
That's awesome. Drunk Russians pissed my name.
It's like, well, you and Trump have got something in common. Drunk Russians have pissed your name in the snow, and a drunken Russian prostitute's pissed on Trump.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
Nice.
But yeah, the point of all of this is that none of this shit would happen without people's support and Patreons, and we appreciate you. I do. I appreciate the shit. So become Patreons. Get us to that $1,000 goal where we can have that major fucking 24-hour show. So many guests, and I'm bringing Patreons on the show. It's gonna be fucking crazy, dude. It's gonna be a crazy show. So I'm looking forward to that when it happens. And yeah, man. And also tip, motherfuckers. We need some tips. We've got a $70 stream go today. Can we make $70? I ain't made a nothing yet, so do that. If you have questions, we can go ahead and do that now too. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. We'll answer them if we think they're not too stupid. And please don't ask about Red's anus. He's tired of answering those questions.
And do not bring up the subject about the war that didn't happen, that they don't talk about.
No, come on, man.
Oh, one more thing I do want to I will say before we do is that there is a lot of attractive women that come to Pimpmunk's chat and come on air and stuff, and we like that here. It brings guys in. It's fun to have the beautiful women, but guys, please do not harass the women by sending them pictures of your penis and stuff like that. You know, if they're nice to you and say hi, doesn't mean they want to fuck you. There's been a few people come to me and say, look, these guys are sending me pictures of their dicks and stuff like that. Don't harass the ladies, man. You know, the ladies help bring in the people. They're cool. Yeah, I know there's a lot of beautiful women come here. Pimpmunk's a ladies' man. The ladies love me. The ladies love me. So, but don't harass them. Luna's been getting some dick pics. I know some other people who's been getting unwanted pictures. Don't harass the women, please. And make it, you know, it looks bad. Don't do that.
Yeah, be a gentleman.
Yeah, leave them alone. And don't harass the guys either. You know, I know Red Eye likes dick, but don't be sending him dick pics unless he asks for it.
Here's the deal, because if people sort of get chased off the internet like that, and I'm not saying Luna's going to get chased off the internet because someone sent her a dick pic. Just a little. Yeah, come on. If she asks you for one, yeah, all right then. Yeah, good for you. But until then, you might want to just keep that dick pic in reserve and just keep it in waiting, just in case she asks you for one.
Yeah, and she's not even the only one that this has happened to. I've had several of the girls come to me, and not just dick pics, but people, immediately start messaging them and stuff, and leave them alone.
Yeah,
there's no need for you harassing people you don't know. It's fun to have good-looking women around. We need to keep them here. Don't want to run them away. People say, well, you make perverted jokes. I'm the entertainer on here. I'm entertaining. I'm being comical. They laugh. They know that it's a joke. You can ask. I've never sent a girl a dick pic. I don't message them and say I want your pussy. I don't do that unless they're just really good friends and I'm fucking with them. But yeah, it's out of line. It's uncalled for. Please don't do that. I ask you from the bottom of my heart. Don't harass them.
Yeah, because it's like when we first started the Patreon up, the Patreon Discord server, there was a section where
not safe for work.
Could share some pics, and I wasn't too keen on the idea, and sadly, worst case scenario was realized, and some harassment took place pretty damn fucking quickly via that platform, and that's why I nuked it. It's sad
because we couldn't have something like that because a lot of people like that stuff. But once some creepy ass motherfuckers think if somebody shows a tit or something, they want to fuck me. No, leave them alone.
See, there's a bit of a now. People might say this is double standard, but there's a bit of a difference between some boobies and a fucking dick pic. It's like, it's kind of legal for women to breastfeed in public where I'm from, but it's not legal for you to pull out your dick and start fucking taking photos of it in public. Here's the thing that I sort of go on. This is just my personal standards. If I wouldn't do it to a friend, or just there's a certain level. Dick pics, no.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really bothered me the last few days that this has been happening because Luna's not the first person this has happened to. It's happened to and it's like, I want fans, right? Women, men, different, religious people. And that's another thing. If somebody comes here with a different opinion than you can discuss it in the chat, but that doesn't mean that they want to argue with you about it in DMs.
Yeah. May I change my statement slightly? Unsolicited dick pics are not cool.
Yes,
like I said,
exactly.
if a girl asks you for one,
yeah,
and both parties are consenting adults, and you're pretty sure no one's going to be sharing it out there on the internet, and you're up for the challenge, go for it. I'm not going to judge you, but sending a dick pic that wasn't asked for, no, don't send pictures of your penis out on the internet into the wild. You never know who they're going to end up being fucked over by. Ooh.
Yeah, and what happens in Pimp's chat should stay in Pimp's chat, right?
It's like Vegas, man. Just like Vegas.
Exactly. It's just like if you're arguing about something in the chat or having a debate, or it doesn't mean they want to do it all the time with you. Leave people alone. Let's have fun.
Landon sharing dick pics in the chat.
Yes, he is. Okay, we're absolutely 10 minutes away, well, 11 minutes, but from the end of the show. This is the time where I do my eBay. And please send some tips if you like the show today, if you like the channel. I don't know what's going to happen with the main channel. I'm waiting. Maybe it'll be up sometime today. I don't know. It should have been yesterday, but YouTube's fuck.
Oh, it's just like that fucking thing from the Simpsons episode where Homer bought a gun and he had the 7-day waiting period, and it had the Tom Petty song go, and the waiting, and he's like sitting on his lawn and you see the sun arcing overhead and he's really impatient. It's like, fucking hurry up, YouTube, you fuckers.
Exactly. But we do have a $70 stream go. If we can make that, I will make out with Landon's penis the next time I see him.
Oh, we've got a comment. I am not a cuck. I mean a crook.
That's good.
But I would recommend, even in the face of adversity, to be positive, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things. And I talk about my expression. I live in my favorite universe. Sort of part of my philosophy of there. So exploring the universe and enjoying it as much as I can. Yes, there are times that aren't so fun.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you can at least because I have to say one of the times it wasn't so fun. I was in a hospital and there was a nurse that had to adjust one of my orifices. Let's put it that way. And this guy was on the phone making wise cracks.
Sexual jokes.
No. He was making several highly inappropriate comments.
I was there. I was in a hangout, and I was simply telling Landon, tell her to give you a hand job. Let her stroke it a little bit. And damn
it, boss.
In fact, there are things you have to do to like adjust orifices and so forth. But at that time I had lots of things coming in and out of me, including battery cables.
He just had a heart attack. Not a heart attack, but heart surgery. And and he was trying not to laugh, but boy, it was hard. He was going,
because part of the thing is that bones hadn't healed and laughing hurt. So this guy, of course, was there to make me laugh. And,
I wanted him to hurt. I wanted him in pain. I'm a mean son of a bitch. One of my biggest things, Red and Landon both noticed, I've admitted it public many times. I like making people uncomfortable. I do. I like doing that. So I was trying to make Landon uncomfortable when the chick had her hand near his dick. Like, make her touch it. Wiggle over there to it. But it was fun.
I was trying to be businesslike, right? Yeah. And she was trying to be businesslike. And this guy was injecting, let's say, humor.
Yeah. I was trying to make it funny. I like it when it's funny. I'm just an old goofball. Like I've said many times, I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just trying to change your mood. That's what I'm doing. And if the world gets changed because I changed your mood, that's good. But I'm here to make you laugh and just give you, if you're having a bad day, maybe I can make you giggle. And that's what we're here for in the Morning Wood. Somebody said the other day, you should do more serious topics. It's called the Morning fucking Wood, bro. Seriously, think about that. The show is named after an erection. It's named after an erection. It's not a serious show. There's plenty of serious stuff out there, and it's great stuff. There's plenty of serious topics and debates, like the great debate community. You know, there's great You know, if you're into drama, it's there. You know, I'm in the different category. I'm in the comedy, goofy, you know, make people laugh category. That's what we do here. Yeah, we discuss serious topics. Part of my plan has always been this. I let them. I get the topic up. I let them start talking, and then I make stupid jokes about it. That's always my deal. So yeah, you know, it's all about fun, and I want to see some motherfucking tips in there because I'm broke and I need a hooker. I need a hooker. I need a hookup. I need a blow job.
Whoa. Oh, well, you know, you waited right till the end, and there goes the demonetization fairy. See you tomorrow. Whee!
Yeah. Let me go over here right quick, and let me go to the Patreon thingy. Active. Okay, let's see. I don't gave both of them. Let me go down. Yeah. Okay. Sinister's Oculus, thank you for your patronage. Appreciate you so much, babe. Skeptical Jesus, thank you so much for your patronage. Super Inhuman, man, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Taylor Needleman, thank you. And this is like $5, $10, $1. I'm giving special shout outs. Tide Pod, Queen Tide Pod. Everybody knows she comes on here sometimes. Thank you so much, girl. Ultrasound, thank you so much. Wakeupdead, who was supposed to be on the show today. I don't know what happened to him. I'm gonna beat his ass. But thank you for your patronage.
Hope he didn't wake up dead. That's
yeah. What is that guy? I can't say that fucking name. Lichtenstein, as I call him. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for your patronage. I'll be doing this all week. Vash, thank you. I'll be giving shout outs all week. At Friday, we're going to bring on the lower tier patrons. So if you want to be a part of the show Friday and come on, hit me up and we'll give you $5. If there's a bunch of them, we'll give them so much time and bring them on and talk to them. And
$1 a month gets you access to the Discord server.
Yes,
and $1 a month counts, right? That's how he's going to get to 1,000 is people contributing just a little to help support this channel.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. If you can't give a lot, I understand. But $1, hey, that's $1 closer to the mark, hey, it's very good. And
so on the Discord, you're asking about where's the link on the way it works is that when you become a patron, then you are sent. Is it how is
now it's on, and now if you have your Discord connected to Patreon, it automatically gives you access. But then the mods have to accept you in or something. Really explain that.
Yeah, I'll just have to give you a role so you can see all the sub channels and stuff. But I'm checking it daily again. So the person that couldn't do anything, they've been given a role now. So yeah, I'll just check that every day to make sure anyone that signs up.
Is there a way where they automatically get a row?
Probably, but I don't know how to do it because I'm a simpleton.
Yeah, well, maybe we can look at it and see what we can do there. But yeah, but now you get it. He'll find you. He'll give you a row, and you'll be every amount of Patreons to get that $1 and above. So it kind of keeps the riffraff out too to make it a Patreon Discord because most people don't want to give money if they're just trying to troll you. Some will though. We've had that happen. But yeah, that's how we do it. And he's somebody Underhaven said he knows how to add roles automatically. So maybe you can talk to him, Red.
Yeah. So
that's good. Thank you, by the way.
Raisin asked a question when your Nuclear Talk with Steve channels beyond. As I understand, Steve is starting a new channel called DEF CON, though he's co-hosting it, I guess, on the Great Debate. Is that right?
It would be the great debate on the non-sec channel.
The non sequitur. So while he's getting up this other sort of sciencey channel thing, it'll be on non sequitur show, and it's going to be the thing is going to be on essentially nuclear non-proliferation and issues about nuclear weapons, and we'll talk about North Korea, we'll talk about Pakistan, we'll talk about some of the other stuff, Iran, and some of the things, and about the technology and what are the current issues going on with nuclear non-proliferation.
And also, here's another thing I've been thinking about doing. This channel right here, once my main channel's back, this channel still will have a lot of random streams and stuff. It's going to be a very active channel. But I'm also thinking, I'm going to see how I can do it, is give access to certain people. Like when I'm not on, they can go live and make this like a channel that's active all the time. Videos can be uploaded, things like that. Certain people, and make it kind of like a Pimpmunk network channel. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And once I'm able to do that, I may do that, but that where Red Eye can have a little show or whatever if he wants on this channel, and you never know, something could grow out of that. I don't know, but it's interesting. Landon may even have access to come on here sometime just to talk about science and stuff like that. So, I think that's a good idea, but I gotta, it's got to be, of course, it's got to be people that I trust and stuff like that. So, I think it's a good idea actually. Let's check the tip machine.
So, Birch Lucy Williams is saying, it looks like the Patreon link is under the dollar perk, but not the 10.
It's under all of them.
It's under all of them. So no matter what, $1, $10 and above, everything has this. So once you're a Patreon, then Red Eye does his magic.
Yeah, it should be under all of them. I mean, I'll go over and look right quick, make sure it is, because I went through and put it on all of them. I may have missed the $10 one. I'll go see right quick.
But you'll get the thing. I mean, you have to give Red Eye a little bit of time because he's got to feed the dog, he's got to make guitars, he's got to play music, and he's got to do the video stuff. And those are important things in his life.
Yes, and eat food, lots of food. Chili's my thing at the moment. Love chili.
And scare away the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Well,
yes.
I mean, if your account has been banned from the Discord is on the $10 one. Well, wait a minute. No, it wasn't. It is now, though.
You're fired. You're fired. Go on. Get out of the building. You're fired.
I'll go through all of them again here in a little while and make sure that they all got access. I thought they did. I do apologize that they didn't have access up to the $10 one. There was no tips. Y'all disappoint me. I will be hookerless today and sandwichesless, and I will die because there was no tips.
You need to find a hooker that takes IOUs.
I will die because the chat did not tip. Thank you guys for killing me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's very much appreciated. But anyways, we have come to the end of the show. It's been a good show. It's been a good show. I'm sorry that Wakeupdead didn't show up. I wanted to check something real quick before the show ended. I'm gonna check the main channel live and see if it's back yet. You think it is?
Yeah, no.
All right. On count of 3. 1, 2, 3. No, it's still not back.
What did I win? I won great disappointment.
So I'm looking on the volcano to see if it's there. It is there's only been 2 earthquakes today. Kilauea is getting, I don't know, is Pam Pele going to sleep or something? What's the deal here?
I don't know,
Interesting. Oh, check your PayPal. It says bird flu. C. William.
man. Let's see.
Bird flu.
Ain't got nothing yet, buddy.
But we'll give you a few moments. So, any other questions for me? Chat room or otherwise?
Yeah, chat room. Any fuck questions? We'll go a few minutes over.
What?
Actually, I'm going to physical therapy after this.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's something there, but I don't see. What? Give me a minute for it to show up where I can, if you have a message or anything. There's a he gave. I think he gave $10. I do believe it looks like $10. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
That's now we just need $60. Now somebody give $60 real quick. There's 6 of you motherfuckers here to give $10. I'm still trying to find the goddamn name over here. It won't show up. I want to read his messages if he has one. Sometimes PayPal's retarded, bud.
Yeah,
it really is.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that you gave money. I'm just not seeing your message over there on the side. It does that sometimes. But thank you so much for the tip.
Thank you. It's very much appreciated. It helps.
Yes, it does. It helps more than you think.
The message is cryptic. There is no message.
It warms the cockles of his heart.
There is no message. Well, okay, cool. Yeah, it warms the hearts of my cock.
Wait. Oh, we've got a special one here. Landon, have you heard of the people that are creating the homunculus? Oh, yeah, the human animal hybrids with human sperm and chicken DNA. Yeah, what that's called is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, fucking bullshit.
Yeah, the homunculus or whatever they call it. There's a Russian guy that does videos, and if you watch Captain Disillusion, he has a rather good video, and he speaks of that specifically. It's bullshit.
I'm not a biologist. I'm not a geneticist. So that's area that I don't really follow even if there's research in that area.
Tomorrow we got Soda and Captain Kirsch. Yay!
Yeah,
very very lovely ladies. Very cool. But now Thursday we've got Redhead Redemption. I've already got the one of the guests booked for next week, Monday. Anna Hart's coming back. Right? Anna had a Hearts.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's been on twice now. She's very cool. She's coming back. She's a very cool chick, and she likes to help people out too. Like, so yeah, that's another way to help this channel. You don't actually have to give money. Like if you want to, share the channel, go to if you happen to know other YouTubers. Hey, check this channel out. Maybe you want to be a guest, stuff like that. That really helps a lot.
Yeah.
Now some black guy, I'm talking to some black guy, just some random black guy on the street. I'll talk to Derek, some black guy, the YouTuber. He's supposed to be coming on soon. I don't know when, but I would like to get Landon on that show because him and Landon had a very nice conversation at VidCon.
Yeah,
Derek's really into science, and so I thought that may be an interesting.
I'm really looking forward to being on the show with him because I actually do watch his content and rather enjoy it. He's a very reasonable person.
Very intelligent young man.
Yeah, he's definitely not a fucking dumbass, that's for sure. He looks at things, tries to be objective. I appreciate content creators that take the time to not sort of load up their videos with like heavy bias. It's like they try and just present facts and let you sort of make up your own mind.
Yeah, Underhaven, I heard that you booked a certain gray-haired scientist. I heard about that. And yeah, Landon thought it was my idea. I didn't even know they booked Landon. That's pretty cool, though, for the Altered Perspective, which is my other show, by the way. I do claim it as my show because I've been a host on that show since it began. It's mine and Ben's show. The Altered Perspective. We have sometimes thousands of viewers. Sometimes, it's a good show. It's kind of like, it's DP-ish like, but it's different. It's more laid back and stuff. So yeah, it's a good show every Thursday. Um, we have good guests on it and stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, yep. It's a good show. And Landon's going to be on it September something. And it's going to be a good show. We have a lot of good guests on it. We had a good show. We had a private show last night. It was good. And yeah. So, anyways, that's pretty cool. But right now we focusing on the Morning Wood and Pimpmunk, and y'all need a tip. I'm gonna go 5 more minutes. I'm gonna give 5 more minutes. Are y'all cool with that?
Yes.
Yes.
It really don't matter. I done
I
decided.
think the date that they're suggesting is September 20th. Then.
Okay, and can you make September 20th?
Yep.
Okay, September 20th. On the Alter Perspective tap, as we like to call it, as people call it. Yes, it's a good show. It's a good show. I like it. But me and Ben, we have a lot of fun doing it. I'm the loud one on that one, of course. Billy's the loud one on DP for Ben, and I'm the loud one for Ben on the Alter Perspective. It's good though, it's pretty good. Now, if I do get to go to Texas next month, you need to know this, Underhaven, and tell Ben. I'll tell him. But if I go to Texas next month, I will be leaving on the 6th, which is on a Thursday, so I will not be able to do the show. So you may have to get it. If I'll let you know soon if I'm going to be going, and have to get somebody to fill in for me. Let's check the tip machine. We're giving it 5 more minutes now. We're going to end it at 12:15. That's 15 minutes extra today. Boy, y'all lucky. Even though we started 5 minutes late. So
don't tell them that. Don't remind them.
I got another tip. It's not showing up. The money's there, but the names who did it are. Let me see if it's on the. Let me pull the phone up. Sometimes it shows on the phone where it don't show if the phone's dead. I don't have phone service, by the way. I'm just going with the internet. I let my phone service go this month because I was paying. That's what sucked about this trip not happening. I was paying all the extra bills I could, taking care of a lot of extra stuff so I could take money next month, and my phone's completely dead. Where I could take money next month and go to the trip. And I let my phone go so I can do all that. I did all this shit. And now the trip's off unless I can come up with extra money for a bus ticket, stuff like that. So it kind of sucks, but hey, shit happens, I guess. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess somebody sent another 10, it looks like, or no, maybe, I don't know. Somebody sent like some money, a few dollars, but it's not showing for some fucking reason. Let me log out and log back in, see if that works. Thank you to whoever tipped. Thank you so much. Landon appreciates it.
Thank you. I do. I'll be on. I have maybe 15 minutes, maybe around on Discord for another 15 minutes, and I got to go to do my physical therapy. But
yeah.
But I'll be on round on Discord a little later on.
I think starting next week, I'm going to be doing this thing on Wednesdays. After the show, we're going to have, I'll be on Discord for like a 30-minute after show on Discord. Just me talking shit on Discord for 30 minutes. And you all can come on and talk to me and shit. So, yeah. That sound good? That sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does. It sounds really good because I come up with it. Yeah, I'm amazing. I'm the most amazing man on the planet, Landon. Well, the names aren't showing up, but there's bird flu and somebody else tipped a little bit. Thank you guys very much. I'm like, I was going for $70 stream go, so it looks like I'm like 55 because that was a $5 tip. $55 short of the go. So there you go. Anyways, like I said, we're almost done. We got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Good luck with your appointment, Landon, said Raising Girl.
Oh, thank you. It's part of the therapy to strengthen the chest area and so forth from the From the surgery. I mean, I recovered, but there's a number of things we're doing to make sure that all the stuff in here is working nicely. So it's preventative.
Yeah. And by the way, I'll be on later tonight with a stream, and I'm sure those names will pop up by then. So I'll give you proper thanks and read your messages tonight. Sorry that it's not popping up. It's Red Eye's fault. Red Eye fucked with my PayPal. Why did you do that, Red Eye?
Why did he do it?
God damn it, Red Eye. Now he's not even talking. He's a faggot. I know he said be right back. So I'm just talking.
I'm back.
Shit. I love Red Eye. Hey, Red Eye.
Sorry about that.
That's fine, you bitch ass punk.
You're always picking on me. Why?
Because you're adopted.
Yeah, I know. Not my fault. Oh, wait. Yes, it was. Bugger.
Landon's my brain Jesus. I started calling him that years ago.
Yeah.
Landon, my brain Jesus. I don't even know what the fuck it means, but
it means what it means.
It means what it means. I also called him Landy Candy. That's my Landy Candy.
That's not gay.
It's not gay at all, man.
Wanted to say, when you've been insulted by Pimpmunk, you've been insulted by the best. So
yeah, that's right, you pieces of maggot fucks. Anyways, It is time. I didn't make my stream go, but that's okay. It happens. You know, y'all want me to, have to go get government cheese. I understand.
Oh, look, look, those cheese mites are bloody nutritious. You just go and eat your government cheese and fucking be grateful that you got something.
Yeah. Well, anyways, oh, by the way, I forgot to do it the other day, Red, but I have a new sign off, and Red loves it. It's good. Keep the wood up.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Yo, guys, keep the wood up. We're leaving. Keep your wood up. And